with Canary Quilts, and this is our last week of our baby Grogu paper piece sew along. And this week we finished this baby. And you can see it behind me, how beautiful it turned out and how cute it is. It's hanging on my wall. I've got it quilted, I've got it bound, and I've got it hung. And I hope you have done the same with yours. So in this video, I'm just gonna go through the pieces I use, and then I'm gonna show you the quilting that I did, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like once I have it bound. But you can already see it right here, yeah. So, here we go. Okay, to get finished with my baby Yoda quilt, I've cut my border, which I only want a 1-inch border, and I'm gonna do it in black so it frames it. So I cut a 1.5-inch strip of fabric, and I'm gonna get that sewn on the outside. I've got my batting piece cut to about 3 inches wider than my top. And then this is my backing. It's just an extra piece of material I have that I'm not gonna use. So since nobody's gonna see my back, that's gonna be my backing. So I'm gonna get my border sewn on, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna spray baste this, stick it onto my batting, then turn over, spray baste this, and get it all sandwiched together. And then we can start quilting it. So I got my border on, and I got him sandwiched. So I have the backing on, and I use a quilt basting spray. Spray it on the back of my fabric, and then I lay it down onto the batting. So it's all ready to be quilted. First thing I'm going to do is baste around these edges here, keep it all in place that way. And then I'll probably start here in the middle and start working out in colors. And I do not know how I'm going to quilt it. It'll kind of come to me as I go. I'll use different colors. So what I'll probably try to do is, like, this is round, so I'll probably try to do something like this. And then with his robe, I'll probably try to just go back and forth. And then around here, I think I'll try to go around with the with the thread, just to give that some shape and depth. So I'll keep you updated here. I'll show you what I'm doing as I go along. I want to make a note of the threads I'm going to be using. So this is Bottom Line thread by Superior Threads, and it's made for your bobbin. And since I'm not concerned about what the quilting looks like on the back of my quilt, this is just a nice thin thread that I use in my bottom in my bobbin for the back of the quilt. Plus it's thin, it doesn't show through on the top either. And then for the top of my quilt, I've mostly got sulky threads. This is like a rayon 50 weight, I believe. It doesn't say on here, but that's usually what I buy. It's like a rayon 50 weight. So that's what I'm going to use for most of my threads on top also. Okay, got the quilting done. So I kind of wanted to get a little closer to show you what I did. I kind of, you know, tried to round his face with the quilting and outline his mouth and his eyes and his nose. And then over here on his ears, I kind of did it only here on the edges where it would be like pinching his skin. I did some zigzaggy here because he has little white fuzzy hair on him. So I kind of did that to give it that illusion of the white fuzzy hair. And then his ears, I came out like that to give them some shape and roundness. Here on the cup, I just kind of went back and forth on each edge to show some roundness. And then outlined his fingers here. And I used like a cotton candy pink over here on the, this is the part of the sleeve that's like folded over. This is the inside. And then this is folded over. And I used a cotton candy pink, and then I used a gray out here to kind of help distinguish the two. And I did a little tighter stitching on the sleeve. And then the hoodie here, I just did a bunch of stitching that kind of comes around like this, like it would be coming around his head. And then I just went back and forth in here to give this some depth. It might be hard to see on the camera, but... Oh, up here in the eyes, I also stitched inside the pupil to give it some depth. And I did the bottom of the nose to help that stand out, and the eyebrows. Just did some dark stitching back and forth. And then the last big thing we had was this robe. So I just, down here, I kind of came in on either side. And then in the middle, I came towards each other. And then this lays a little flatter up here, so I just kind of went back and forth on each side like that. You can see that. But, you know, I tried to use the same color as I was stitching. And then, like I said, tried to highlight which way the fabric might be going and stitch that to help highlight, you know, like I probably could have chosen a better material to differentiate between these two, but I tried to do it with the stitching. And then out here, all I did was some stippling. Just tried to stay about the same size all the way around. And I used a variegated thread, which was light blue and pink, like you might see on a baby quilt or something. But it blends in really good with the purple, because there is some blues and pinks in the background here. And then I did just a straight stitch 1/4 inch in from the seam right here all the way around. And then I'm going to have the 1/4 inch binding, and I'm going to do black binding also. So there it is. I'm going to get it trimmed up, and I'm going to get it bound. And I'll hang it up and show you. There is my finished Yoda, baby Yoda. I'm calling him Yoda all the time, but it's baby Yoda Grogu hanging on my wall. Quilted. I got the border on, I got the binding on. He is done. And he looks so cute. Look how cute he is. Showed you the up close of him earlier, but I did the binding in black, so it just looks like one big black border all the way around. And I think that quilting in his eyes really makes those pupils, or the light in his eyes, stand out. Super cute, super fun project. There he is, hanging on my wall. Wanted to show you that I finished him. And I want to tell you that I appreciate you following me along on this journey, and I hope you had fun. I hope you did it. If you didn't, that's great. You can watch, and maybe you'll want to do something like this in the future. But paper piecing a piece of art is a whole lot of fun. Even though it can seem tedious at times, it really is a whole lot of fun. So now I have a new wall hanging, and I love it. So thank you again for following along. Go to my website and sign up, and you can see what projects I have in the future. I'll probably be doing another paper piece product by Pictures Boutique, because she does such great patterns, and I like the pop culture patterns, and she does a lot of those. So thank you very much.